Guests this morning are three gentlemen from Foam Lake. We have Danny Thorsteinson, I hope I'm saying it right, Danny, who is the wagon master for the wagon trek that's coming up next weekend. We have Bieber, the president of the Foam Lake Chamber of Commerce, and we have Hartley Markusson, who is the promotion manager for the event. And as we said, Hartley is along to make sure the other two gentlemen do the talking this morning, as he informed me earlier, Danny. Okay. This is the third annual Country Hoedown and Wagon Train Trail Ride.
This is the third one we are attempting to put on this year, and they've been a huge success. We've came a long way from the first one, and they just get to be a lot of fun and
a lot of interest.
You bet. There's a lot of.
What area do you draw from for your wagon trek?
Well, again, it's expanded quite a ways. We've had entries from Esterhazy, Mooseman, Prince Albert, and Regina. So it's covering a lot of area.
At this point in time, how many wagons have you registered and how many riders?
Well, we don't take pre-registration, but a lot of people have phoned getting the information, saying they will be there. We're up to 16 wagons and 65 riders. And
what's the maximum you could handle?
Well, if we get too many, we can always make the trail longer, so we've got lots of room on the road.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's what it's all about. We are now the Saskatchewan's largest wagon trek and trail ride.
Now, this all starts this coming Friday at Kelvington.
Starts on June 27th, Friday at Kelvington, right? We want to assemble there and be ready to start our trek at 1 o'clock sharp.
Okay, what route do you follow from Kelvington?
Kelvington, we start right in at the sports ground of Kelvington. We go south out of town, over to Margo, and at Margo there's 75th anniversary celebrations going on. It's going to be a big day at Margo, and we're helping to make a parade up there. And then we trek southwest over Foam Lake.
Arriving in Foam Lake on Sunday.
On Sunday, 4 o'clock sharp.
Now, what happens along the route? Like, have you got designated spots where you stop and camp and
Yes, we've got two campsites because we're Friday night and Saturday night. And Friday night we're halfway between Kelvington and Margo, and Saturday night we're halfway between Margo and Foam Lake.
Now, what about people who are not actually involved in the wagons or as riders? Can the public come and take part, like in the celebrations in the evening? I think that this is part of the fun too.
You bet it is, and like anything else, spectators, the people that come are the ones that really promote it for us, and we'd sure like them to come down. They're welcome to camp with us overnight, bring their tents down or their camper. There's supper prepared and meals every day, and just like them to come out there and enjoy the hospitality and the good time.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
That it is.
Okay, what about the role of the Foam Lake Chamber of Commerce in the wagon train event, Brian?
Okay, this is as far as the wagon train, we'll be concluding in Foam Lake, and then we'll be having our Country Hoedown, which is the second annual, which last year was sponsored solely by the Foam Lake Chamber of Commerce. This year, the Foam Lake Chamber of Commerce role is just in organizing it, and the Elks and Lions Club will be supplying the manpower, and all the proceeds from the event will be going back to the respective clubs to be used in the community.
Now, who are some of the entertainers that are going to be in for your Country Hoedown?
Okay, I have a few listed here right now. As of yet, they're not all confirmed, but we will have Rick Stephenson and Crystal Helgeson, Norman Radom, Dave Pomachician, and Jason and Oli Hasted, and Albert Batushki, and Sandy Hamilton, and Stan Stopira, and the Silvertones, Country Lads, and Country Fever.
Now, these people, these entertainers all come and perform gratis for the Country Hoedown. So
yes, it is.
This has to be noted, I think.
Yes, it is all gratis. They get the publicity from it. We're very fortunate that most of the bands are back for the second year in a row. It went over very well last year, and as such, they get the recognition and the community betters from it. And we're all kicking off at 3 o'clock p.m. on Sunday at the Lions Sports Grounds. And for those of you that are listening today that aren't aware where the Lions Sports Grounds is, we'll definitely have signs out on the highways and major roadways for directions.
So you won't get lost?
Hopefully not.
Okay, and that's Sunday, this Sunday, the 29th of June at 3 o'clock at the Lions Sports Grounds. I think it's west of Foam Lake, am I correct?
That's correct. And they'll
follow the sign.
And there'll also be a mayor's milking contest, or milking mayor's contest, however you want to pronounce it. And that should be pretty well received as A lot of the mares do not come off of the farm, and as such, I think it should be quite interesting. And there'll be a supper from 5 to 7 p.m. served by the Elks Club, and it's a chicken barbecue, and that should be very tasty.
These the chickens are left over from the race yesterday in Wynyard?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Get a little thing going here. The ones that didn't win.
Yes. So anyway, supper's from 5 to 7, and then we'll be having more entertainment, etc., and the evening will be concluding at 30 p.m. with a fireworks display. So we encourage all the listeners to come to Foam Lake and see the hometown hospitality and see the wagon trek, and I'm sure they'll enjoy the whole day. When
you arrive back in Foam Lake, Johnny, do you have a little tour that you do through the town with your train?
Yes, we do. We make a way through town by the hospital and the nursing home.
So that the people can see it and be a part of it?
Yeah. And Gerry, also, I'd like to mention on this, we have a $1,000 Heritage Trek Derby for the first time this year. And we have been very fortunate in securing the Saskatchewan Canadian fencing competition for the first time. There's a barbed wire fencing, by the way. There's $175 worth of prizes.
What do you have to do to take part in a barbed wire fencing competition? Is this to string wire between posts?
Yes, you have 100 feet of fence that you have to construct, five members to a team, and it's on a limited time.
And you have to be Saskatchewan residents, I think, is what
this year yes, it's down to Saskatchewan. It's such a large entry that we have to narrow it down to Saskatchewan-only people. Yeah.
All right, and this is all on Sunday afternoon?
This is all on Sunday, yes.
Out at the Lions Sports Ground?
That's correct.
In Foam Lake, we better get that.
Yeah, in Foam Lake.
In Foam Lake. Something else, we've let Hartley sit over there and listen to you two gentlemen do all your talking. Are they doing a good job of...
They're doing a terrific job, just like usual.
Hartley, there's something that we're going to take a minute and talk about that. We talked about the community's involvement in the wagon trek, but I think the car dealers in Foam Lake, we better give them a plug this morning.
Yeah, Fred Larson from Foam Lake Motors, Donnie Schrader from Northside Leisure Products, and myself from Southside Service in Foam Lake. The three are having a wagon sale this week, and we're looking for real good trades. We'd all like to go on the wagon trek, so any old wagon you've got to come down, we're offering.
Does it have to be a mechanical wagon, or can it be one that's horse-drawn?
Dealers in Foam Lake have been known to take almost anything in the trade, so no problem there.
And it's on till Saturday?
Right, Saturday, yes.
Okay, we've got that out of the road. Now we're going to talk with you about something else that's happening also this weekend in Foam Lake, and that's the mud fling, and it goes on Saturday.
Yeah, that starts Saturday. The gates open at 8 o'clock in the morning, but the actual mud fling starts at 1 o'clock. The Lions and Elks clubs are putting it on. They plan to they're looking for all types of entries, ATV vehicles, three-wheelers, modified, super stock, four-wheels, the whole works. And,
anything that will go through the mud?
Anything that will go through the mud. One of the big things, it's set in a natural atmosphere. It's a beautiful valley just 6 miles west of Foam Lake that I think it's worth the drive just to come see it. It's a
you sit on the side of the hill, as I understand, in the pits and look down onto the pit area.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, excellent for the spectators. They'll have a perfect view of all the activities and seeing everybody getting in. It should be
Danny
fun.
has put his word in with so that Saturday and Sunday are both excellent for this kind of activity. One of the stipulations is that who can enter the mud fling. Anyone who holds a valid driver's license, I think, is...
That's what it appears to be. Anybody with a valid driver's license, and they must sign a form at their own risk. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And are there classes for women? I'm going to put you on the...
I haven't been involved with, but I would imagine there would be classes for women as well, and we could open it up to all types of people. Anybody that wants to get my idea, I'm sure they can. And
there's no pre-registration, but you must be there Saturday morning. Gates open, as you said, at 8 a.m., so I imagine that's when the registration
starts. Also, they can phone Paul Peacer in phone number is 272-543.
If they want more information,
about the mud fling.
And there will also be a breakfast on grounds Saturday morning, starting at 8 for those that come around. They can get fed in a concession booth. I always have to think about the food angle, so there will be food on the grounds. Prize money total is what, $1,200?
$1,200 is the prize.
And how does it cost to get in as a spectator?
$5 for adults and $3 for children. Preschoolers free.
This, of course, as you said, was funded by the Lions and the Elks.
Yes.
And so that the monies go back into your community in the project that they carry out.
Yes.
Okay, now has he said enough about the mud fling? Can we go back to the wagon trek and the events on Saturday and Sunday?
I think he's done.
Okay, what are some of the things that, Johnny, this is the third wagon and trail ride that you've been the wagon. What are some of the things that happen on the trail that are amusing incidents?
Some of the things, well, I guess there's lots of things that happen out there. Apart from the things, I think what really sticks in mind is the commitment that you get from people out there, the volunteers that come forward. You know, it's super. You go to people and you say, would you mind coming out and spending your whole weekend and helping us out? And it takes a matter of seconds and they're right there and they just do a super job for us, far beyond our expectations. When we pulled into Foam Lake last year for our first hold down, we weren't really sure what to expect. We had a Birthday of Ladies group decorating a stage, and Milton Orgard was constructing it along with other people. And when we came in, it was just fantastic. There was close to 2,000 people there, and just a beautiful stage, and it just made you feel good to be part of the Foam community and surrounding area.
And of course, the people along the way that are going to serve your breakfasts and your lunches and your dinners from the various communities too.
Absolutely, it's you know, we try to involve everybody, every service group for this club that we possibly can. It's a service to us on the wagon trek, and we hope financially that they can benefit from it too.
What does it cost to go on the trek? Say I had a horse and was going as a rider, what would be my cost?
Well, you could do it either way you would prefer. You can bring your own food along and it all the way through. So the only cost would be just being there.
Your time and
That's right. Or you can go the way, and the meals that are supplied range in probably $3-4 range, and buy all your meals along the way. So it doesn't really get that expensive. The registration, you have to charge $1 per person this year to cover a few gas expenses, but we try to keep it on a low budget, low key thing, and I think the people appreciate that right now with the economy the way it is.
I think too that we should mention, which I wasn't aware of, Johnny, is the fact that you start in Kelvington, but you move your trailers and your campers and whatever along sort of ahead of you, so they're always there when you're arrive.
That's right. The Elks have 2 service buses they run, and you drop your equipment off at one point. What you need, you keep, and you drive to the camp, over to the camp, and the Elks buses will back to the original starting point. So when you get to your camp, that's everything there.
I had visions of everybody having to go back to Kelvington to pick up their things, but that's not the way it works.
It's set up pretty good that way.
What about the camp evening?
Well, we go to the bonfires. Hopefully it's going to be good. Like you said, I had my words in quite a while ago for that. And we have a lot of local entertainment coming on Friday night. Get the fiddles out there, the moon out there. It's good. And Saturday night we got a band going in for a bonfire and grass dance. So
I think you mentioned something about having to do some cooking on Saturday night.
A group of community businesses are getting together, and we're going to have a real country-style supper out on the trail with the wagon. It should be a lot of fun.
And where are you going to be located on Saturday night for people who might want to get
Well, that's good, because we want to see people come out, and over the years they really appreciate coming out to the campfire. The Saturday night camp is 1/4 mile north of Verstrader's farm. Now there will be signs if they go down the 310 highway north of Foam Lake, and we will have signs to the Saturday night.
They won't
camp.
have any trouble finding
Shouldn't have any trouble. There's smoke and hear the people.
And hear the music and hear the people, and you be there. Anything else, Danny, about the wagon trek? People who've never been on train.
Well, it's just again, it's just a good time. Your pace naturally just slows up. You have a way of getting in. You got your horse, and you just take time and leisure time and spend it that way. It's fellowship all on the line. You talk to different people. Just there for a good weekend.
Are you having people coming back for the third year?
Definitely. We got people coming out of Regina that came the very first year, and they're still coming back. And there's several that have been with every year, and but others are picking it up quite a bit. It's good.
What about people that don't have access to a horse to be a rider, or have access to a wagon to actually participate? Is there room to take hitchhikers?
Well, there's certainly a lot of wagons there. Just contact the drivers, and they're available. Foam Lake this year, they have available a wagon drivers from Mellard Industries for the first time, and they are putting some people on a supervisor on one wagon, and we think that's pretty nice.
Well, that's true, isn't it?
Yep, that's good.
Okay, Brian, from the chamber point of view, any last-minute invitations to people to?
Well, we would just like to extend a personal invitation to families in the surrounding areas. It is a family day. Please bring your kids, load up everybody, and including your mother-in-law or whatever. Come on out. I got it in. She's outside the viewing area. Thank you. Anyway, we'd like you all to come to Foam Lake for the I'm sure it's worthwhile. Bring lawn chairs, etc., because it is a long time to be standing.
That is Sunday afternoon, starting at 3 o'clock at your lawn ground west of Foam Lake. Signs will be, I keep telling everybody, signs will be posted, so I hope that everybody will have their sign work done and have it out. And of course, as Hartley mentioned, on Saturday, the mud flings get underway at 1 o'clock. If you're coming as a spectator, 8 a.m. if you're coming as a participant. It's just a great weekend coming up at Foam Lake. We hope that you'll have the same kind of participation that they had this past weekend for the chicken chariot races in Wynyard. I understand it was a